And it's just kind of a misconception. I think a lot of people get their ideas about how, the future of this technology is going to look from Hollywood, which is a lot of like, Terminator, Matrix type stuff where, the machines start taking over. But the reality is like, self-thinking machines are still a long ways out. But all the things that we're talking about, applications for narrow artificial intelligence is what it's called, are really, hugely going to change, I think, the fabric of the way that we do things, but not in the way that you think. It's not going to be, machines as equivalents in intelligence to people, but they're going to be used to abstract us away from a lot of the redundant, repetitive, work that gets done in offices and companies today, right? So that's for sure coming. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, but I mean, is that also something that we're just going to slowly give in more and more power to AI and stuff like that before we realize it's like, oh, it kind of controls everything?
Yeah, but to a large degree, like, we're already there in a lot of different ways, like electrical systems, if you think of like process control systems, things like that, in a smaller way already do that, right? Like, who controls the power that's going in your house? Most of that is just some automated system that somebody wrote software for, right? So like, in the sense that like we're dependent on technology, I think that we've kind of already crossed that bridge, at least, information technology, like we're pretty much totally dependent on it.
Yeah.
But I think that, like with everything else, we'll just find ways to make it redundant or sort of bulletproof so that we don't run into situations where, the system crashes and people can't get, gas into their houses, for example. So I think the same will apply to like, AI in a sense that like the person's always going to be involved. Like the human in the loop thing is always, I think, going to be there. It's just the machines do all the work to make, abstract you away from all the low-level decision making, and you're only ever making decisions on, the information that you're receiving at a much higher level. So that's where I think a lot of this is going.